let's see what we're at for streaming for today. View your channel. Okay. Sounds like it's pretty good. New managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Okay, that's something new that just popped up. Okay, let's pop out our chat. Let's grab it. And we'll do window capture, properties. There we go. Okay, whoa, that's a weird size. Every day it's something new. Okay, we're gonna have to change this. That's a nice thing of not having to worry about going into a stream of a bajillion people. What's up? John Manbob, I haven't seen you around in a little while. Okay, my voice is a little bit low. Okay, give me a second here. All right. Move that all the way up to here. Actually, maybe let's just take the pop filter off and I'll just talk right into it for now. That way we're for sure hitting. What's up, Scott? How am I doing, you beautiful man? I'm busy being very beautiful. I'm doing great, man. Today was the last day of school. And I am a very, very happy teacher right now. Not that I don't love my students, not that I don't love my job, but damn, I love some time off. I love summers. Man, oh man. I feel like the one beautiful thing about being a teacher is you get to feel that same excitement and joy that you did when you were a kid, of like summer being closer and closer. Like, oh, it's almost summertime. It's almost summertime. I'm getting excited. What am I going to plan to do? I mean, obviously what I'm going to plan to do. I'm going to go to Japan, but God, it's just, I don't know. You feel like it's a massive weight off of your shoulders. I don't know if people understand like how many different things you manage as a teacher, but you manage them up until the very, very last second. 3 months off, not quite 3 months off, really, just two. I wish it was three, man. Dude, I can't complain, man. Two is amazing, right? Honestly, if I didn't take 2 months off, I don't think I would have the energy that I have for this job. I come back, I'm feeling super refreshed. I'm feeling motivated again. I'm feeling excited about my students. I'm feeling excited about my subject. I'm ready with all brand new lessons. You know, I'm very, very happy. 10:22 a.m. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but it's, I don't know. It's hard to explain how much kind of stress you're under, especially when you're closing in on the final of the year. Yeah, it is a nice break. You're totally right. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people imagine our jobs are just like babysitting, but if they knew how much paperwork we do, and how critical that paperwork is to our jobs, how many software programs we manage, like probably people have no idea like how many different softwares you have to be trained on to be a modern day teacher. I have to operate about 12 different applications slash software programs, not only to keep track of things like, I mean, there's stuff that you wouldn't even imagine for, I don't know, everything from watching a car line proceed throughout the day as kids get picked up to calls home to parents. You have paperwork to put in for when a kid gets in trouble, when they do something they're not supposed to, when you have to contact a parent. I have over 730 report cards to do too, because I teach kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. And people don't imagine that. You think as an art teacher, like, oh, you got it so easy. Try doing 730 report cards with only a week to do it. Um, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Hey, all right. Welcome back, Eric. All right, what do you think tomorrow, Eric? We're gonna go through our Wildermyth marathon. I'm stoked. I can't wait. My skull's been blown to pieces. Is that the name of an Alice Cooper song? Oh my goodness. That song title would not fly in these days. Mm. Oh man. You guys got a new house? I've had this house now for about a year and 5 months now. Um, I mean, I still have my house in Japan too, which I'm gonna be back at. Sorry, I got thoth on this. It's very nasty. Um, well, I'm gonna be back at that house in how many more days now? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days, about 5 days. Yeah. We actually are. We're gonna refurbish that house soon. Um, and I know this is gonna sound crazy to you guys because you've watched me for so long. You know, my son's only got like 2 more years left of high school, and then he goes to college. Right? It's freaking nuts. Can you imagine? My son will be in college in 2 years, and after that, we're just gonna refurbish the whole house. And the best part, the very best part. Hey, Sig, what's up, man? Long time no see. Glad to see you here, man. The best part is my wife will finally move here with me, and we can finally live together again in happy unity. And I don't have to be Mr. Mom anymore. I mean, I love being Mr. Mom. Don't get me wrong. It's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot of cooking. Dude, Eric, I know what you mean. You're still in the mindset of seeing him as a little bit. Dude, that's even as his father. Like, I look at pictures of him, like when he was like 3 or 4 years old, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's around that age still. And it's just like, hey, Dad, what's up? You got like an adult voice now. And, and he's on the tennis team, and he's currently gearing up to hit some of the best colleges up for seeing what scholarships and stuff he can get, and it blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind. Like, and my other son, I'm looking into like what high school he's gonna go to, because he'll be in high school in another 2 years. Ugh, it's insane, dude. I'm doing great, Sig, man. Thank you for asking, man. It's actually, man, oh man, life has been very kind to me, and I've got to say, you know, this year was a challenge one. It was a big challenge. I had a car accident, and I had my house torn apart by a hurricane, but I made it. I made it, and I'm out the other side, and just signed my contract for next year, so my job's good for next year too. So I get to go to Japan knowing I'm still getting paid while I'm not working. And just, God, the best part is I get to enjoy Japan without any stress of a job. Like, I don't have a job to report to. I don't have a boss there. I don't have any pay I have to worry about coming in. I don't have to worry about student needs in Japan or anything anymore. And the best part is I'm going to go back this time with even better Japanese than I've ever had, because I've been taking Japanese lessons since I've gotten back to America. I've been taking Japanese lessons every week. Well, not since I got back. I had to get this house first, so I had the area, the time, the setup, etc. I know what you mean. Boys are still very young in my mind and keep getting in my... Yeah, God. The fact that my son is 14 going on 15 soon, it, how do I have a teenager? I'm still a teenager, aren't I? I'm pretty. Hold on, somebody's at my front door. Give me just a second, guys. Oh, cute.
It's a rabbit in our backyard.
Oh, cute. Okay.
Someone was detected at your front door.
So cute. You know, my son, my son, he went outside because he saw a rabbit out there and quick got my attention. He said, "Dad, come out. There's a rabbit in the yard." It's still, you got to understand, like, this is still really exciting for him having grown up in, like, the really, really city life of Japan. So, like, when he sees something like that, even just recently, we had there's a massive batch of frogs that hatched. I don't. They didn't hatch. They were tadpoles, and now they're tiny, tiny little baby frogs hopping everywhere in my backyard. And he's like, "Oh my God, this is great, Dad! So many baby frogs!" Like, it's really exciting for him. So I love it when he gets my attention and shows me stuff like that. He takes pictures and sends it to his mom, and she's like super happy that he's getting exposed to all this nature and stuff. This year especially has been really good for my son out here, guys. His English just like went. It's so good. He Last year he went from a really shy kid who struggled spelling almost everything and not understanding any slang to this year he gave like a science presentation on the Fukushima earthquake because he had earth science this year and they had to do a presentation on a natural disaster and like they his teacher was shocked that he had gone from last year barely talking barely passing the statewide testing for English to this year he got a 2 on it, which is really good, guys. Super good for a kid whose first language is not English and he's just starting to learn it this year. And like he's able to like give a whole presentation. He did a PowerPoint presentation he made himself in English and spoken English. It's amazing. Yeah, Meadow, we're big fans of like I think some people get annoyed sometime of like critters like raccoons and possums and all the goofy stuff that runs through our yard. We're kind of big fans of it. We take pictures of everything. We had like a baby raccoon stuck in the trash can the other day, and I took a tiny ladder and set it in there. So even though you're eating my trash and knocking it over, I'm worried about you, baby boy, trying to get out of there so you can get back to your family. So, uh, it's been great. It's been such a great experience, man. I do not regret coming back to America for his education. It's been wonderful, dude. Um, America's a little crazy, a little bit crazy, but um, he was just definitely made for a Western life. That's all it is, man. My wife said it from. She really started to notice it around. I'd say as he got midway through elementary school. He's always been kind of like, and I say different, and when I say different, I mean totally normal, but different compared to how Japanese society works. Like, he's been really outspoken. He's very straightforward. He's blunt, And if something pisses him off, he really lets people know. Um, he doesn't he doesn't like the fact that there's like nonstop studying in Japan. He's kind of like, why do I have to like, take every free second of my life studying? Which honestly, I've always sympathized with. His brother loved it. His brother ate that lifestyle up. But Maki didn't like, I want to do stuff like sports. I want to have friends. I want to, hang out at their house and they hang out at mine, and we have sleepovers, and we eat snacks and watch TV, and live a more typical American style life, and have my weekends to myself where I can just chill out for a second and not just study. And he would fight my wife on it all the time, and she said, like, look, I don't think this is going to work with him going to school in Japan. He's not going to be. And now he's in America, and dude, in math, he's annihilating everyone. He's like the top very, 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 very small percentile in math, because math to him is just like nothing. It's the most simple thing ever. He constantly scores fives on his fast testing, which, if you know anything about how Florida's testing works, a 5 is as good as it gets. It doesn't get better than a 5. It's been great. I found out again, I checked with the principal, who's my boss, and I said, is he going to be like in the top class again for next year? Because you have to rank high enough to stay in the top classes and stuff. And she said, yeah, of course. She's like, his scores are like, with English he struggles, but he's in ELL. So every score that you have that's low in ELL, like, they always push you up a little bit higher because they make an exception. They're like, okay, if he's at a 2 for his English, that's really like at a 3 if he had grown up learning English from day one. So he gets a push on that. And then for math, like, he still knocks it out of the park. And those are all like word problems too. Those are like long sentences. Like, if you had this many this and this many that, what's the best way to find, like, and he reads through it and does it with no problem, man. Let me catch up with everything here. Give me a second here, guys. I've been kind of rambling for a second. It's only been a year. Dude, lie to me. Tell me it's only been a year. Dude, I totally, even as his dad, even as the father of these 2 kids, like, finding out, like, the next step of their life and the next step of their life, like, the scariest thing to me right now is Maki's 12. In 6 years, he's going to drive? I mean, even less than that, if he gets, like, a learner's permit and all that stuff. I have to give him a car in 6 years? Like, what the? Like, what? No. I don't want to do that. I don't know. It gets scary to me. Some parts of it are really scary to me. Imagining my son in a car. I know what you mean. Your boys are still very young in my mind. Yeah. I'm on season 9 of South Park. Man, Meadow, you are on a South Park streak. You're really into it. 14 already. Damn time. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone put a computer in their living room since the 90s. Well, welcome back to the 90s. You gotta, here's what you gotta realize, Steve. My son's got his computer back there, right? My computer's up in like a corner area at the front of my living room. And, we talked about it. We said, like, what do you want to do? You want to move, like, the computer to your room? Or, like, should I make an office for you? Because we have, like, one extra bedroom. And when my son does play on the computer, many times we end up, like, playing the same game together. Like, we'll play Elden Ring together. We don't do Minecraft as much. Like, we used to do Minecraft when he was older, but he's getting, more into, like, more serious games and stuff like that now. Helldivers. So we were like, yeah, we could do that. We could, like, set ourselves up in 2 different rooms. But we're like buddies when we play, like, video games and stuff like that. Like, it's fun as hell. I mean, the best thing about my son is, like, he's a really good kid. I'm very lucky. He's very disciplined. If I were to complain about anything of his behavior is sometimes he stays up too late looking at his phone, and I have to take the phone away. But you know, whatever. Like that's it could be way way worse, right? He's got a good bunch of friends. He's in the honors class, so all of his friends are honors students. So even they are like really good. They're really good kids, man. They're such sweet kids. I took him to his first American birthday party last week. Met the parents, and I mean the funny thing is um, I take him to a birthday party, and I'm also the kid's teacher that I'm taking him to the party. Luckily, I'm just the art teacher, so it's nothing too serious, right? I gotta be like, I gotta talk to you about his math scores. He is failing. No, I never have to do anything like that. It's just like, Art, you know what? They're like, is he doing good? I'm like, yeah, he does all the projects. That's all I ask in my class, man. They did ask, like, should he become an artist in the future? And I'm like, honestly, I tell every art student I have, become a like major in business first, so you learn how to sell your art. If there's one thing I regret about my whole education and career is that I never got a proper business education and learned how to market myself and sell my art better. I feel like your art skill, if you have like a natural art skill and like you practice pretty regularly, that's going to continue to develop no matter what school you go to. Um, I've rarely had an art teacher where I'm like, oh my God, this is the secret to art. They have finally taught me how to be the most insanely good artist ever. They taught me this one trick that took my skill all the way up to this level. No, no. Um, to be frank, and people might see this as like braggadocious or narcissistic. I've I've never met a teacher who drew better than me, who was a better illustrator. I had one that was a better painter. He was better at oils than me, and he was good at teaching us oil painting. I've never met an illustrator, like an artist who was an illustrator that was better. And that's even going into like life drawing, sequential art, illustration, advanced illustration. Every time I'd be like, oh, how do I do this? And they'd be like, okay, hold on. And they would try to draw, and it would like just look way worse than what I had done. I'd be like, huh? And then my other friend who was a student in the same class would be like, here, let me just show you how. He's amazing. I've told this story a million times, though. You don't need to hear it anymore. My best teacher was a guy who sat next to me, whose name was also Scott. I remember the time he was not even born yet. Man, can you imagine that? Trying to imagine me as like a single unmarried guy without kids is like really hard for me to imagine now. It'll be almost 16 years I've been married. And, well, I don't know. It depends on what you want to go by. If you want to go by the court documents, it'll be December 13th. Yeah. 2025. I'll hit 16 years married. And then got my 2 kids. And it's just been that way for so long now. It feels like my whole life. It's been good, though. It's been really good. I'm just really lucky, man. I always got to remember how lucky I am, dude. Rabbits hop all over my yard, too. Nice. Oh, let me catch up. Dude, I'm way behind on these. Holy smoke. Sorry. Let me catch up with you guys here. Let's see. The things you named almost sound like a Dutch person. Non-stop studying with the... Oh, dude, Meadow, if you only knew. Meadow, I don't think even me describing it would give you an idea of how much they had to study in Japan. I mean, from kindergarten, they join what's called a juku. A juku is a school you go to after school finishes to study all the things that are going to be on the test for your entrance exam. Maki, when he was little, he already had 2 jukus he went to before he even finished kindergarten. He had one that was all about studying and everything and getting like perfect math and Japanese skills. He had a second school he went to that was an etiquette school, which, look, I'm all for actually. Etiquette schools I think are really good. And the school he tried to enter into, it was just an elementary school. There was already a test to enter into the elementary school where he passed all the paperwork and everything like that, like the math type, Japanese questions, everything. He didn't pass the etiquette. Like you had to be almost like a little soldier already to pass the etiquette test. He didn't pass it because he wasn't like polite enough for the principal and vice principal who interviewed him. So whatever. I'm honestly glad he didn't get into that school. There was a kid from his kindergarten who was like a bit of a bully, and his mom was like, that kid's mom was a total big B word to my wife all the time. Like, oh man, the stuff. She would make these giant projects for the whole class to do. Be like, let's get these costumes made for our class's school play. And then she would put all the work onto my wife, who would be like, trying to work a full-time job, and then up till 2 a.m. hot gluing diamond studs to these costumes that everybody had to wear. I hate it. I was so angry. I'm like, why don't you just say no? And she's like, oh, but we can't in Japan. Like, we just need to be polite. And it's like, man, come on, dude. And so her kid got into that school, and she complained nonstop to my wife about how, like, the school would constantly call her and be like, he's not polite enough. His manners aren't good enough. He's failing this subject. He's not doing well in this. She's like, it's so hard. Like, she's like crying to my wife after that. And it's like, that's good, man. Number one, I don't want that kind of stress put on my wife. And I just didn't see a future in my... Why do I have the chat so tiny? What am I doing here? I just didn't see... What was that? What did I get a beep for? I got a beep for something, some kind of notification. Anyway, it just really went away. The whole Japanese system in general really kind of grinded against how my son operates. He was super popular with his friends. Like, he had no problem making friends. He was kind of a class clown, actually, if you can imagine. Here in America, he's never had any behavior problems whatsoever. Like, nothing. Like, he's quiet. He's not soft-spoken. He'll speak up for himself. But, I mean, he's just, kind of sticks to, like, I want to get my schoolwork done. There's been times even where, like, his grade went down a little bit, and he told me, he was like, I can't play Roblox anymore. And I was like, what happened? Did your phone break or something? He's like, no, I got a C on the newest social studies test, so I can no longer play Roblox until my grade is better. And I'm like, holy crap, whose kid are you, man? I'd have been like, a C? That's great. I'm not failing. Anyway, back to Roblox. Like, so part of that, like, hardcore study mentality was ingrained into him enough that his grades really do matter to him. And the good thing is he's in, like, the honors class too, so, like, there is kind of a healthy competition, not the kind of competition in Japan where, dude, oh man, can you imagine this? Okay, imagine if school finals were not just like competitive as in who had the highest grade, but the highest grade in your class all the way down to the lowest tier person ever. Their full name was posted in the hallway for everyone to see how they ranked as far as a final was concerned. Can you imagine? I would not want to be in that because I would be very, very low. On top of it, my son's name is Ackerman. So think about how much that shows up in front of every single name possible. It's all in katakana. The only last name in katakana, Ackerman. Whew. Yeah. Maki was not digging that. He really didn't like that aspect of it. Like, why I got to show this to everybody? Why do I got to compete against everybody? Why can't I just compete with myself? Good point. He made decent grades. His grades weren't super bad, but he just didn't understand the, like, nonstop studying to take all these entrance exams that Japan has. Anyway, let me catch up. Sorry, I'm going off. Yeah, let him experience another point of view, and it seemed like Maki is really doing... Yeah, it was, like, a little rough at first. He was a little bit sad, a little bit lonely. The thing that kind of really broke my heart when he first got here is he wanted to talk to his Japanese friends still, so he would stay up on these insane hours and wait till they got on Minecraft so he could speak Japanese to them and play at the same time, which I mean sometimes got like to be like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, which is crazy for a little 11-year-old. And this year, and I think this is partially just because, if you don't know, elementary school finishes at sixth grade. No, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, sixth grade. It finishes at sixth grade, so they have to go off to their elementary schools after that. So, I'm okay. Let's try that again, Scott. Elementary school finishes at sixth grade in Japan. Then they go off to their middle schools. So all the friends, the close group of friends he had, no matter what, they all split and went different ways. So even they are not in contact with each other anymore. And this is when he hit sixth grade in America, which is middle school. And from that class, he had a couple friends from last year, some from his old class that came in. And he made some like really close, sort of like on the same level of studying, into video games, into tech type stuff. And they got him into playing like Roblox instead of Minecraft. And on that, you can just have your phone open and you can have like live chat going and everything like that all at the same time. So he at first was kind of like, oh, I don't know, I like Minecraft so much better. But he found a couple games in Roblox that his friends showed him that they all love it together. It's a healthy little game for them to play. On top of it, they all got into soccer. It's crazy, dude. They all got into the anime Blue Lock, and they're obsessed with that anime. So they all want to become soccer players, like not professionally, but they want to be really good soccer players for their school. And so before they play Roblox at night, the first thing they'll do is they'll turn on their cameras, set their phone outside, and then try to mimic the different moves they see in the show Blue Lock. So they're getting this like healthy level of like physical education from an anime that's all about soccer. And all of them will like show like, okay, look, I learned how to do the rainbow kick and the switchback on, I don't even know the name of all these. I learned how to nutmeg today. And he's learning all these different moves. Like he'll watch the anime and then they'll look up the move on YouTube for how to do it. Then they'll take their soccer balls outside, put their do a video call, and all video call as a group and see who's mastered it the best. It's really awesome. I mean, what a healthy, happy group. He's got one of the best things is a big mix of cultures too. He's got a friend from Mexico. He's got, I know it sounds crazy to say, his first black friends ever. He's got a mix of different, some are mulatto, some are adopted or a foster family. There's another Asian kid in his class who's, it's not Cambodia. Which one is it? Lao. And so he's got like a super big mix, even like another Asian kid in there as well. And it's just great. He's like learning about how different cultures out there can be, how different families can be, how people view the world differently. I love Japan. I love how orderly it is, and I love how everything is like follows a very streamlined path to efficiency. But some of the scary things I did see is like an ingrained sort of ignorance, or what I call innocent xenophobia, where they say things that sound very xenophobic or sometimes even racist, and they don't even know because they've just never experienced that culture before. And while that might not sound like a massive problem, because you're like, hey, they're just going to work in Japan, who cares? I'll never see anybody else. Well, many half kids, like my sons, half-anese, as I like to call them, they end up getting into like very international or translation or localization or ambassadors for a company that does something in between other countries for the company. And these are very popular for them to get. But one trouble I have heard from people who are half and work those jobs is they realize later they make like a lot of faux pas that they're like, oh my God, I should have never said something like that. I just didn't know because I'd never met a person from that country or that background or that race ever because I grew up in Japan and never got any experience to it. And I don't know what Maki's going to go into. I support him no matter what he chooses, any career path. But if he does get into something more international, which he's pretty outgoing, pretty social and stuff like that, I could see it happening. I'm glad he has that kind of background to just add to a CV. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on. Sorry, I'm just yapping a bunch here. I'm listening, but won't be in chat much. That's okay, John Manbob. I felt it when you said I'm still a teenager, aren't I? I just turned 31 this month, and dog, I'm a giant man child. I just bought a damn Boba Fett helmet. Oh man, that's nothing. Man, you're talking to a guy with 2 samurai swords on his damn wall. I don't think that's weird at all, dude. Yeah, dude. I don't know. There's still action figures I collect. I'll still collect like Berserk action figures. Sometimes some of the Spawn action figures if they're gruesome looking enough. I still got Hellraiser figure. I got a giant. I forget what his name is. The guy who's only his teeth show called Chatter. I think he's called like Chatter. I got all kinds of crazy stuff. And I love it. Like there's, getting older and being mature, but there's also like a part of yourself I feel like you shouldn't lose. All right. If it's not something insanely absurd where it's, abusing a certain amount of time, person or thing in your life. For example, I love online games and stuff like that, but if you're playing, WoW like you're a teenager, 13 to, 18 hours a day and like not paying attention to your family life, that would be a bad thing to bring into your adult maturity at 31. But I mean, how innocent is it just to collect, these action figures? How's it going, bud? You feeling good?
The rabbit still here. I saw him super close.
Uh-huh.
That's so leaky.
That's awesome, dude. Did you send it to your mom? You send her a picture?
I haven't seen it now.
Okay, that's cool. Dude, she's going to love it, man. Oh, your phone died? Ah.
I take a picture really close,
Mm-hmm.
but my phone died.
Oh. It's 1 a.m. where you are. Oh, wow. Well, Meadow, I do always appreciate that you stay up for these and you're modding while we do this. Yeah, 2 players in 1 room. Feels like LAN. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sig. You completely understand. This is the best part, dude. I get to have like a LAN partner who's like, family, a best friend, and, enjoys the same games, dude. I love playing video games with my son. He's awesome to play with. We need to do a Helldivers run. It has been a good minute. Oh, yeah, like a lot of stuff's changed over time with that. My parents let me have a TV in my room. I'd stay up late like 3 a.m. as a kid so I could watch Lupin the Third and Inuyasha. Man, I think I didn't get a TV. Like, they wouldn't let me have a TV in my room until I was like 16 or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. I know this, maybe this sounds lame, but I'm kind of always strict about my bedtime. Even when I was like a teenager and had like what would I have at that time? It was a Nintendo. Oh, it was an N64. That's what we had. Even though I had like an N64 and my TV in my room, 10:30 I was in bed. I never ever stayed up later than 10:30. Word up, pimps. That's what I'm talking about, Jonah. Truly, the real pimps of the world are in the room right now. All right, when I get to Japan, I'll have to see. I've never tried to do it. Can I play it on Steam Deck? I'll bet you I can play that game on Steam Deck. I'm only bringing my Steam Deck to Japan. I'm not. Last year, it was so dumb. We brought two computers to Japan. Like, can you imagine how damn heavy that is? Him and I were lugging these big ass computers all the way to Japan and all the way back. And my wife bought me the Steam Deck. I used that the entire time and never took my computer out. And even my son, like, I mean, he mostly just stayed on his phone because, he could play a game with his brother on the phone because, everybody's got phones out there. Um, oh, I went about too far. Oh yeah, Saturday Wilderness, dude. We're doing it for sure, man. I eat with my parents at 12:30. That'll probably only be like an hour or two max before I'm back. Are you guys gonna get off work or anything like that? Or are you working that day? Because man, I'd like to start it early if we could, and just like I want to try and plow through as much of that game as possible, dude. That's such a wonderful game. Oh, he already pieced out. Okay. All right. See you, Jonah. Bye. Um, Jonah, you should have been with me and my buddy. We were running at the hardest difficulty on Helldivers. It was funny watching us run around. Like, I'm not that good at Helldivers to be able to do that. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. It sounds like something we would name ourselves in Wildermyth. Um, well, you're at 1 year. Dude, thank you, John Man Bob. Thank you to all the members. Like, all you guys rock. I never thought starting a membership would do much, but these days, the amount of memberships is crazy. I mean, we're reaching into like 100 plus. And, I don't know. I'm honored. I'm flattered. I feel lucky. I feel blessed. Um, my videos don't make a lot of money, dude. Like, there's number one, they're not like super long videos in general. They're not super popular anymore, which is fine. I've already run my course. I know my time's up. But you guys keep it going. You guys keep it definitely worth my time. Not just for you guys, the viewers, but in actual income that once in a while lets me purchase some stuff to keep improving all of this. So thank you. Um, really though, at this point, man, it has nothing to do with money. It's just about you guys. It's just fun, man. Um, you guys are just fun to hang out with, dude. I love doing this, just coming in here and chatting with you. I'm actually, and I will say this, like, um, those of you who don't know who join regularly, I'm not going to be able to do the live streams when I'm in Japan. Um, Mostly just because family time, dude. Family time is going to come first for everything. I think my wife would think I was crazy too if I just sat here talking to you guys for hours and hours every weekend while she's like, can we have dinner together or something? Like, but um, it's it's gonna suck to not have you guys. I think what I'll do, I want to try and jump into some voice chat more often in Discord. You can ask Jonah in the gang too, like or Eric here in Tattoo Games. Like we jump in there every once in a while and just have like really nice, long, pretty fun chats about anything and everything, man. I don't know. It's a good time. It's a real good time. Oh my gosh, got a bad case of the burps. Let me get something to drink. I'm plowing down all this Taco Bell without getting some hydration. Oh, but what I love the most about this is just things I can celebrate with you guys, man. Like I celebrate my house getting rebuilt back together because of you guys. Um, Celebrate putting together my Umbrella Corporation car after I got the hood all dented up. Um, Stuff like this. It's the last day of school, and I don't really, I already celebrated with my other best friend there at my school, math teacher, who's like my best friend. I already kind of like, we'll have a separate hangout for that just to be like, woo. But who else can I go to and just be like, yeah, finally I can come to you guys and just chill and enjoy the happiness, and hopefully share a bit of it with you guys. It's so fun, man. Let's see. I want to try and catch up with everything. Peace out, Jonah. Haven't been on Instagram much. Sorry for being late. Oh, and there is no late. You don't have to apologize. You're okay. If you show up, and it's always great. That's all. That's all. You don't have to have a time limit or anything like that. It's just great you show up. That's all. Um, Starting to feel sleepy. Ah, hit the hay if you need to, Meadow. It's okay. There's nothing I'm gonna say. There's nothing I'm gonna say that you're like, oh damn, I should have stayed up for Unrested to say that. Um, Still collect Lego, and God, there's times I really want to buy Legos. I was a massive Lego fan when I was younger. Um, I just worry if I ever buy one big set of Legos because it would be one of the bigger ones. I don't want to buy like a massive. I just worry I'll get carried away and I'll. I already got areas covered up by a bunch of Warhammer stuff and a bunch of like horror type stuff. I gotta be careful. If I start buying Legos, my whole goddamn house is gonna be covered in Legos. I know I'll do that. But I fucking love Spawn. I just bought. Dude, Spawn is, and like Todd McFarlane is still behind a lot of the creations that still come out, and I mean, his shit's badass, dude. I know. There's people who don't like Todd. They hate the movie that came out. It was pretty garbage. Um, because Todd McFarlane took over the writing for it, and whatever, man. Like, I've even I've even had other artists be like, his comic was racist and stuff, and it's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, do you know Spawn's a black guy, right? Like, did you right? And I was like, well, I mean, okay, fine, that's cool, but like, he's not a real artist. He used to be a baseball player. It's like that doesn't take away his. What are you talking about? Like they find out that he wasn't like his dream wasn't to always be a comic book drawer. That he like I think it was like some kind of knee injury he had that took him away from professional league baseball. And they're like, yeah, he was just a jock. He's just a jock who got lucky. No, he's a really goddamn talented artist with a ton of skill, some really great original ideas, and his expansive imagination that covers all these extra characters inside of the Spawn universe are incredible. Like, shut up. Like, come on, man. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like, I consider myself a somewhat artsy dude, right? I'm into art. I draw art nonstop. But one thing I'll never do is like really hang out in those like super artsy fartsy crews where like they have to, do a critique on everything new coming out. They have to give their opinion on who's a legit artist and who's not. They have to get into like talking about like their own personal pain of how like they're not appreciated as an artist and stuff like that. Like that's a lot of the sort of mopey stuff. When I was younger, I used to like be like, yeah, it's true. Nobody appreciates our art. We're tortured artists and stuff like that. And as I got older and older, I'd see some of those same friends like still doing that. Be like, all I could do was sell one painting. How am I supposed to live off of this? It's like you can't make it your main source of income. We got to move on and grow up and earn bucks. All right, the art degree is not always going to take us there. So you need to find other avenues. And no, art is my passion. I don't care if I have to live in my car to sell it. You don't have to live in your car to sell it, dude. I sell a bunch of paintings now. I do side work for a bunch of RPG modules as well. It doesn't pay anywhere near enough to support me, but it's fun to do on the side. You don't need to make it your main source of income. I don't know, I can't get behind that like really mopey like woe is me like art crew. Um, It's bullshit. Like, I get it. Like, you're a good artist, like, and you deserve, like, you know, to be paid for your skill. But, like, the competition is, like, heavily saturated, Just figure out some main source of income. That way, you can still enjoy art as, like, a side project or hobby where your passion isn't taken away or stripped away by the fact that it becomes your job. I don't know. I have to send more pictures of Dark Horse Comics in the Discord. Dude, please. Dude, Dark Horse Comics is such a God, what a comfy memory. Sitting down with a new Grendel comic, or I used to get, I used to read everything they ever made that was aliens. Like I collected every goddamn comic ever that was aliens comic. Um, and then I would always get like when you'd get the comic, they'd also slip in like a, I don't know what you would call it. It was kind of like Wizard, Wizard that has all the comic book listings in it. They'd slip in like a free magazine like that in there that would show you everything that Dark Horse is like making. And God, I just remember going through those pages and just being like, what is Hellboy? What is Grendel? What is Tank Girl? And just loving the detail, loving the wild stuff. I was never really into any of the superhero type comics and stuff like that. My two biggest ones growing up were Aliens, and sometimes Predator, but I don't know. I just couldn't get as into Predator's awesome. It's a crazy good idea, but I just liked Aliens more. Aliens were like my big thing. I love it. Like, and when I say aliens, I mean like the xenomorph aliens. And the other two big ones were Sandman and then Preacher, man. Those were my big ones, dude. And I think those are Image though, right? That's not Dark Horse. Anyway, what are we at? I'm starting to feel pretty sleepy. I've had like a long ass day, man. Um, let's see here. My sleep schedule is absolute garbage. I fixed it for a couple months and then it messed up again. And I really think it's starting to mess with my memory. Oof. Yo, Grumpy, you got to take it easy. Like if it's bad enough that it's messing with your memory, like that's pretty rough, dude. Like that means you're like not getting proper REM and stuff. So please be careful. As someone with the name of Unrested, I've made myself very sick before by not getting enough sleep. It's something I really. You guys remember? You guys probably remember. Or you guys would be like, "Yeah, look, I know your name's Unrested, but like you're not looking good, bro." And later I found out like I had ulcerated my colon, or not my colon, my whatever was connected to the colon, my internal organs that digest stuff. Some part of it was like ulcerated, and I had to get like a polyp removed or something like that. Don't do it, man. You can start to like lower your iron so much that like, it feels awful. It's been a long time. Johnny Thrash, well, what's up, dude? I just wanted to say thank you for taking care of me in Japan. Dude, Johnny, dude, man. I hope is everything going good for you, dude? Like, I've met a lot of people, who come through and like, they hang out and stuff like that. We meet at the Cherry Blossom Festival, Hanama City and stuff like that. And Johnny, goddamn, I met a lot of people. I really wanted to be able to get you a job. Like, I really fucking wish I could have gotten you a job in Japan. Like, your whole story, man. Like, and just your personality and who you are, dude. You really reminded me of like a little bit younger version of myself. And I was like, God damn, dude. I wanted to hook you up with a job there. Sorry it never worked out with that, dude. But I remember you went home to a girl who was taking pretty good care of you. I hope that's still. Is this still the situation? Are you doing okay, man? You were one of the few people I met where I was like, God damn, that guy's been given a rough set of cards. Like, I wish I could have done more. There's people who ask me once in a while, like they come over and they're like, yeah, I'm just trying to look for work, and I'm like, good luck, dude. I definitely wouldn't recommend you to anybody, but I remember meeting you and I thought like first of all, this dude would fit in perfectly. He's calm enough for it. He's, accepting enough of, cultural differences and any xenophobia he might be exposed to, and God damn it, they just give this guy a chance. If you guys are wondering why, it's just hard with tattoos. I think, Johnny, you have like tattoos on your hands and your neck and stuff, right? If I remember correctly, and it's just hard to find a place that'll. I had another friend too, dude. I wish you could have met him. Mikey, he had same thing, same situation. He went all the way through Japanese school too, learned to speak perfect Japanese. Could never get a damn job. He sung for a death metal band in Japan for a while, and then he stayed there on an Aikido visa for a very, very long time. Dre, what's up, man? Yeah, Dre, yeah. The house is all finished. I mean, thanks to people like you who, if you guys don't know, man, Dre here Holy shit, did you help me out a ton, bud. I still owe you a painting, man. Send me a picture of, like, don't send me a picture. Send me a idea of something you want me to paint and let me send it out to you, dude. Um, there's people like Dre, man, who, like, goddamn, made me feel like the luckiest goddamn creator on YouTube ever. My whole house, like, shoot, I was so down in the dumps, dude. This channel, man, it really saved me. Holy crap. I don't want to go too into it. You guys have heard it like a million times, but my God, dude. This year, what a roller coaster. John, me and my wife are going through King's Spawn. Ugh. I have another art show coming up. Oh, nice, Slacky Moo. What kind of medium? What are you gonna be presenting? Like, what's your art that you'll be presenting? Is it like paintings? What? Hey, and also Slacky Moo, join our Discord sometime and share your stuff with us, man. How much shorter are Japan's summer vacations? What do you mean? Do you mean like school summer vacation? Like how long is school? There is no such thing. If you mean like comparing like Japan summer break and American summer break for schools, Japan doesn't have a summer break. They just keep going. Um, Japan resets and starts the next year in March. That's it. Like, imagine that. You go to school one day, you're like a second grader. The next day you come to school and they're like, oh, wrong classroom, you're third grade now. And you're just like, oh, shit, my bad, I didn't know. Like, can you imagine? I couldn't. Oh. As an American, it's very difficult to imagine going through that where you're just like, oh, wow, this is the last day and tomorrow's the first day. Oh, my God. Like, no break in between. You know, they get like a week off here, a week off there. Some schools shut down for like 2 weeks during summer just to kind of like reset, but it's not an actual summer break or anything like that, and they usually still have aftercare still going. Yeah, Wizard was badass, dude. I love that magazine. Kit Bash figures or brainstorm on what actors. Dude, yes, dude. Johnny, dude, those. God, I miss that shit. I always used to pick up Wizard and White Dwarf. Those were the two things. And I loved I wouldn't even go through reading a bunch of stuff. I just go through and like look at the pictures over and over and over again. And once in a while, an article would catch my eye, and I'd be like, "Oh, damn, it's so interesting." I miss a lot of stuff from like that time. Like I also really I miss video game magazines, dude. I wish there were still like good video game magazines. King Spawn. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, my fingers and neck are tattooed. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I remembered that. I'll never forget how your little guy thought I was you. Yeah, I'd never forget that either. My wife and I talk about that all the time. It was so cute. He's like, Daddy. It's like, well, we're probably the only two really heavily tattooed gaijin for a 100-mile radius. Not that surprised. Oh no, you. I'm sorry, man. You got married and you were divorced. I hope it ended on good terms and stuff. I'm sorry, Johnny. Don't worry. Good things are still coming. I promise, dude. Good things are still coming. You're genuinely like. I could tell from when I met you. Like I usually am a pretty decent judge of character. Like you're genuinely a good dude. Like there's a lot of good karma about you, and that good karma always comes back, man. It always comes back. And like, maybe not on the first try, maybe not on the second, but I know good things are coming your way. You've got like a good spirit about you, and you're genuinely a good dude. And the only other thing I ever worry about is like sometimes they say like no good deed goes unpunished. Like sometimes I feel like people who are good these days, who are like genuinely with a direction and morals and stuff, sometimes get walked all over. I watched it happen to one friend at work recently. Um, Poor guy, dude. Like he was given a ride to someone who I found out later the reason. Like at first I thought like, oh, he's trying to buy a car and he just doesn't have enough money yet to buy a car. Well, yeah, of course, man. Like, and they live close by and stuff. And then later I found out, oh no, he doesn't have a car and hasn't bought one yet because he has a DUI. And I thought, ooh, I didn't know that. Now I still don't want to judge, okay, right? Um, then I found out later, like, um, the money he was paying the guy to give him a ride, he stopped paying it, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I'll get you later. I'll get you later." And it got up to a point where he had like $500 worth of payments he had never come through with, and the guy was like, "Dude, I can't take you anymore. Like, you don't chip in for gas or anything at all. You $500 back, like back pay that I never got." And he didn't ask for like a ton of money. We're talking like this is over like almost like a solid year of giving him a ride every day to work. And he was just like, "I'm not going to do it anymore." And the poor guy, he never got his money back. The other guy got fired. And it was because we found out later he was like just borrowing money and everything from a bunch of people at work. And I can't go too deep into it, but holy shit. It feels like you never really know a person. He seemed like an okay dude, but I always could tell like something was a little bit sketch about him. Like his stories were never adding up. And then I found out later, like it was bad. I don't want to go too deep into it. I'm going through a PG unicorn right now. It's a bitch. It has 50 plus runners. I don't know what we're talking about. It's $180 on bidding it because they are only HG. I don't know what. I'm currently picking up where I was before, and I'm looking to go back out to Japan to visit. Dude, Johnny, let me know when you're going, okay, dude? I have two military friends out there now who one runs his own company and the other guy does, I don't know how he makes money off of this. I don't know exactly how it works. He does tarot card readings online. And that guy has everything tattooed. I mean, from here all the way down to all his fingers and everything. And if I can get you in touch with one of them, maybe they can finally hook you up with something that can keep you out. If you're, I don't know if you're still in the neighborhood of wanting to do that, but they can at least hook you up with something, man. I don't know. Oh, you guys are talking about Gunpla. My neighbors next door are really into it. I'm really lucky. I don't know why. I got like two super big anime nerds who moved into the empty house next to me. It's so weird. It's so weird. I mean, they're not weird guys or anything like that, but it's just so weird. Like they're two brothers, and I just worried. I was like, man, I hope whoever moves next to me isn't like crazy or loud or anything like that. And they just seem like normal everyday guys. And one day when the hurricane was about to hit, the one guy was like, "Oh man, what do I do with my collectibles?" Like, and I'm like, "What do you collect, man?" And he's like, "Oh, you probably don't know it, but Higurashi no Nakakura ni." And I was like, "Oh, when the cicadas cry." Yeah, of course. I lived in Japan for 15 years. Like, I watched the whole series. Like, understand it in Japanese and in English. And he was like, "What?" And then I met his brother, and his brother was like, "Oh, I'm not as big into anime. I only like Warhammer 40K characters, and I paint those." And I'm like, holy shit, like, we're like best friends already then. And they're super chill. They're awesome dudes. Nicest dudes I've ever met, man. And we trade like all kinds of like drawing tips and everything like that. Oh, it's super fun. They're awesome dudes. But when are you going to get a perfect grade? Huh? When are you guys going to get a perfect grade? I've done perfect grade Zaku. I still got them in Japan. I wish I could bring them back. So good, man. When are those shirts? Oh shit! The shirts. Fuck. The first shirt came out, and I haven't made the website yet. Damn, dude. Dude, thank you for reminding me. Hold on. Damn. I can't believe that shit. Okay. Damn, I gotta get that website up. What was the name of the website I was referred to? Something Square. I gotta get it up, dude. I got the shirt, and they're awesome. They're so good. Um, they're the shirt is Gavin, which you've probably seen a bunch of times before. They're sold all over art stores, but it's an upgraded version of it called Gavin Hammer, which I'd never touched this material before. My buddy, who's the one who prints shirts out, he's the one who suggested it, and so he sent me a sample version of it. It fits like a glove. It's perfect. The material is nice and soft. I already washed it a couple times just to check, make sure it's not going to come off. Dude, it looks great, dude. I should have worn it tonight. Why didn't I do that? Dude, I got to get the shirts up. What am I doing? Thank you for reminding me, though, dude. Shit. It's too much. It's too much. Sometimes I get so carried away. Like, if you guys only knew how many things I constantly maintain at school. And now my brain can kind of melt and thaw out and think of things outside of doing school. I gotta get that up. Okay, that's something I'm gonna get up over the summer. All right. Do you remember that Osoroshi Saturday you did where you said it was the creepiest video you ever saw of a ghost or demon with a crazy face? Yeah. Dang. Which one? It's so hard. I think I know what you're talking about. Tell me if I'm wrong. I remember one of the freakiest videos I ever put on there that, like, even for me, kind of like somewhat disturbed me was it was like just a normal house, like not abandoned or spooky or like, ooh, our house is haunted. But they were looking down the hallway and they kept hearing noise. And he puts the camera down there again. And the ghost doesn't come out how you would expect, where they're like, ooh, coming around the corner. Instead, there's like a doorway, and the head enters from like the upper right-hand corner and pokes out and then pops back in. And like just for the second you see the head of this ghost, where it's like all pale and the features like that are actually the outline of a mouth and nose is just like pitch void level black. And I just remember being like, holy crap, even if that is fake, it is some creepy ass fake version, dude. I don't know if I could find the video again. I'd have to go back through my just so you know though. Hold on, and I'm gonna be working on all summer long. Okay, so guys, we're gonna have a bunch of new videos coming out there. Oh, did I put it in there? Osoroshi Nights is the name of the new channel. That's my scary channel for scary stuff. When I do get one, I will absolutely take my time. It takes me 6 to 8 hours on an HG. Oh, dude, a PG? Dude, PG, it took me almost 2 full days to do a PG. And that one had like wiring and everything like that. Oh, man, that was quite a chore. Oh, where did I see it? Okay, I remember I was going back through old ghost variety shows or something like that. There was one, Machi Koi. Damn, what was the name of it? Can you give me a chance to like research it a little bit? I can maybe get it back to you. God damn, now you make me want to watch that video again. You want to talk about, dude, of all the fast foods my son was introduced to when he came to America, because we don't have a lot of the same stuff in Japan, Taco Bell turned out to be his favorite. This is the only one where he'll be like, hey, you think tonight maybe Taco Bell? I'll be like, yeah, man. Yeah, of course. He almost never asks for fast food. But when he finally does, it's Taco Bell. It's crazy to me. Like, I feel like I was so greedy as a little kid. Like, I always want stuff for my birthday, stuff like, can you get me fast food? Can you get me candy? Can you get me toys? My kid never asked for anything, man. Like, I can't believe it, dude. I don't know what it is. I tried it like I literally will bug him for like, what do you want? What do you want? And they'll be like, I don't need anything. And I'll be like, dude, it's your birthday. Like, you can ask for whatever, dude. Like, and I'll be like, I don't know, give me some like Robux. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe a Switch game or something. I'll be like, which Switch game? Nah, never mind. Just do Robux. I don't get it. I would have been like, oh shit, what do I want? Okay, I want this game and this game and this game. Never asked for anything, man. The only thing he's asked for recently at all was the brand new soccer ball, which is like, you know, I don't get it. I don't understand. I was so materialistic. I'm still so materialistic. There's a Taco Bell in Tokyo. Yeah, I have heard that there's a Taco Bell in Tokyo. It's expensive. 800 yen for a burrito? What the fuck? What the hell? Dude, Taco Bell is like the last cheap fast food place in all of America. Like, fast food is so expensive out here, dude. If I want to buy like enough food to like feed a family of four, me, my wife, and my two kids, it's like $45. And that's not going crazy. That's just like ordering regular one meal set for each person. And we don't even supersize anything or anything. $45. What the fuck, dude? Taco Bell, I just went there right now to get 12 tacos, $22. That's cheap as hell, man. 12 tacos, $22. Wendy's? No, he hasn't had Wendy's. I haven't seen a Wendy's in a long damn time. Where the hell are Wendy's anymore? Oh, damn, why I got the hiccups now? Why do I always get the hiccups when I do live streaming? I don't know why. You want to hear the worst story we had with I was trying to introduce him to different types of fast food. Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is really good food. I like it. I'm like, dude, you are going to if you like Kentucky Fried Chicken, man, you are going to love Chick-fil-A. Wait till we try this chicken out. This chicken sandwich is going to blow your mind. It's going to be so good. We go there. We order this big-ass meal of, like, chicken sandwiches. You got to try their chicken nuggets and stuff like that. And I order all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, man, this is going to be so good. They give us our order. You know, it's nice. It's on time. It's fast. We hop in the car all happy. I get all the way home. I open it up. They fucked it up and gave me 2 chicken salads that some other person ordered. And I call back, and I'm like, hey, I just opened it, and you didn't give me my order. You gave me chicken salads. And they're like, are you sure, sir? Can you read back the receipt? And I was like, they're like, sir, I'm so sorry. We'll take that off your card, and we apologize. And just like, my son was like, what the fuck? Like, it would never happen in Japan. They would never mess your order up, dude. They like, if they did, I think one time we were missing like one thing from McDonald's we ordered, and we got home and we opened it up and it was missing that. They drove like the little McDonald's mobile to our house and dropped it off. Like, I can't believe it, man. They gave us 2 fucking disgusting chicken salads that were just bullshit. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why? Why? Yeah, Knox, I'll look into it. Now you got me wanting to see that video again now. I'm headed out. All right, John, man, Bob, thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. McDonald's is the last bastion of cheap foreign food in Tokyo. Dude, McDonald's is still crazy cheap in Japan. Same meal, 4 sets. Now, mind you, all their sizes are a little bit smaller. For example, Japan's medium soda is kind of like a small in America, so it's a little bit smaller. But, the burgers are all the same size and everything like that. Fries a little bit smaller. 4 people, 4 sets. $22 in Japan still. $22. Well, what the fuck happened to America that it's that goddamn expensive? Like, I almost everybody I know, and these are people who make like the same kind of money I do. We're not like dead broke as teachers. We don't make great money because we're Florida, the lowest paid teachers in all of America. No joke, that's for real. Used to be Mississippi, and we hit number one last year. Um, you know, even people I know in my career and everything, they don't buy. They're like, that's too expensive. Like, I just might as well go to a nice restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, why is it so expensive now? It's outrageous. I'm looking for September. Oh, for a sleeve. I want to get more tattoos. I need to find a place in my area. Dude, I really want to get like I want to get the other side of this finished, and I want to get my back tattooed really bad. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is awesome when they get it right. It really is great food. Anyway, hey guys, I'm feeling the sleepies kick in. It's been a long last week. If you're a fellow teacher, you know how crazy kids are like about to pop by the end of school. So I'm just catching up on sleep now, but I love you guys. This has been awesome to hop in here. You guys have been my absolute saviors this year, man. Just like absolutely kept you guys kept my sanity intact, dude. It has been so awesome. I love you all so much, man. It's really ineffable. I can't fully explain like how much of how much hope, how much like a shoulder to cry on you guys have been for me. It's just been awesome, man. I got family, I got friends. I'm not a lonely dude, but sometimes you want to reach outside of that circle and just rant or like, you know, let someone know how you're feeling, and you guys have been perfect for that. Um, Johnny, hey, can you join the Discord, man? Let's talk more, dude. Like seriously, I want to get in touch with you if you really are coming back out to Japan and stuff. First of all, I just want to catch up with you. You're a cool dude, man, and like let's see next time you come out if you have some kind of plan or let's get you set up this time. Last time I know your situation was rough when you came out to Japan. Um, let's maybe get you into a better situation. We could maybe get something going. Hope you get some rest. See you. Yeah, thanks, Knox. Knox, I'll look into that for you. Hey, Knox, maybe join the Discord too, and I'll try to post it in the Osoroshi one. Yeah, she just posted the link right above you. You see Ann? Ann just posted it. Did you get it? Oh, hey, the Discord. I've been meaning to join that. Thanks for sharing the link. Can you guys pop it in there one more time? Thank you, Ann. And you're the best. You're always one step ahead of what I'm about to say. Ann's got it there for you guys. All right. I'm gonna jump on the Discord tonight, man. I'll be on there quite a bit. Um, dude, awesome, dude. 2025, still unrested. Hell yeah, Ray. And you guys are still the unrest team, man. You guys really fucking helped me keep it together, dude. I love you all. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna peace out for now. Um, and my mods, be ready for some Wilder Myth tomorrow. Let's fucking marathon this thing. As for the rest of you, I love you. Look for Japan videos soon. Don't worry if I don't do a live stream. I'm not dead. I'm just enjoying life, okay? Have a great one. Peace out, guys.